Salutations, everyone. Welcome back to EU4. I'm Lord Forwind, still, of course, playing as Hussite Bohemia. We now have Poland under our sway, and the majority of the HRE appears to be Hussite. As a result, we're kind of just waiting for the religious wars to kick off, and, of course, aggressive expansion to take down, so I can attack more people in the HRE. Specifically, we need some more ports. We do now have a port down here. Problem being, of course, that at some point we're going to have to deal with the British Navy, unless somehow we get Russia on our side, which we already have Russia on our side, but I doubt we could attack Great Britain that easily. Outside of that, everything seems to be going well, so let's get into it. We are spying on Venice, of course, to lower tech costs as much as possible. And generally, that's where things stand at the moment. Our lands are all Hussite. Poland's are... well, some of them are Hussite. The others are Protestant, and there's nothing we can do about that at the moment. I really would like to beat up Venice some, in all honesty. Alas, we have decent aggressive expansion in the HRE, so we probably don't want to do too much more. Hey, it looks like Landshut has managed to consolidate most of Bohemia. Good for them. Augsburg and Trent. Augsburg and Trent. Okay, both are Hussite. Otherwise, I would have attacked. I'm just monitoring who is Hussite and who isn't here, if possible. Okay, I think honestly we're in a good enough shape. We can kind of just wait for the League War. Although I am going to attempt to finish off some of these idea groups at some points. Yeah, it works for us. Leave it be. And 10 prestige isn't that much for us. We can survive it. Let's see, anything else we need to do? We probably are close to, yeah, we're over our governing capacity. Honestly, not surprised in the slightest. I could attempt centralization, although I don't think I went... yeah, I didn't do centralized monarchical bureaucracy, so we'll forget about that. We could swap to Wagenburg tactics if we want to for reduced morale damage, or we could stay with our global defender dice roll bonus. We already have shock damage received reduced in 2 places. No reduction for fire damage, but reduction to morale damage is probably stronger than defensive bonus, honestly. So let's swap. Okay. And I'll take the free stability. Ah, okay. Here we go. Things are starting to get a little bit more interesting. We have now finished, of course, our Bohemian ideas, so we get fire, but more importantly, the fate of the peasantry is kicking off. Yeah. I would say the fate of the peasantry personally, but we'll see. Of course, we may be in some significant trouble in terms of turning the empire to Hussite, because Spain is emperor, which is a problem. I don't think there's any Catholic lands I could release in the HRE. No. I mean, maybe I attack here and force them to release somebody? I mean, it's possible I could do something like that, but the problem, of course, is Spain being emperor. We do have France on our side for now. Hopefully we will not lose France on our side as the game goes on. Hopefully they will side with the Protestants, considering they are Reformed. That would seem very likely. And we also have Burgundy on our side. Although apparently the King of Burgundy just died, which is interesting. There we go. Get some cloth manufactory in our capital. Quick do this, get some more land. Wants us to vassalize Lubeck. I'll do the Navy one because it's like 10 ships total. There we go. That should, maybe one more. Okay, Spain did give the concession to the peasantry, which is unfortunate, but kind of inevitable. If the King of France randomly dies, I take over France. Okay. Be nice to have. Highly doubt I'm going to get it. Then again, you never know. I still remember my England run years ago where I was going to fail the English mission tree until I suddenly inherited all of Russia. So strange things can happen in this game. Yeah, I'll take the admin power, I guess. Refuse to obey the nobility. We could become defender of the Hussite faith. And all honestly, I think it's worth doing. Because that should prevent a lot of the Hussite nations being taken out by basically Reformed and Protestant nations. And considering we are third in the world in military ranking, we should be able to handle virtually anybody, especially backed up by Poland. And our royal marriage with Russia died off. Okay. Although, considering this heir, I think I'm going to fire the heir. Even though I do know we get, the free succession stuff, since we're an elective monarchy still, it'd be better to have an option above 8. Okay, one more, 390 more, and then we will be done diplomatic ideas, and we can focus on diplotech. Meanwhile, let's get some more horse fighting ability. Cavalry combat skills. And our general died. Oh. A general I'm not even using died. Okay. Let's just quick set up some... Actually, you know what? That's not even bother. Drill. We're probably going to need a lot of manpower for the HRE war. Everybody wants money from me. I love the fact that I somehow gave out more money than I had, but didn't fall into debt. Okay, that looks like a pretty decent military setup. It'd be nice if we had another discipline, but obviously we're working our way towards that. And I have far too much admin power, so... Okay, I think that's enough for the moment. After all, at some point we do want to use our admin power, but... Ah, furs are worth more. Sadly, I don't think we have any furs in our lands. No, but it does mean an increase in money from trade. I'm really looking forward to EU5's trade routes where they can go up and downstream. Versus here where everything flows, you know, to the English Channel, Venice, or Genoa. Because it makes no sense that China cannot get trade from Europe, for example. That'll be a really nice change. I'm casually following the EU5 dev diaries. I'll probably get more into it as the release once the release gets finally announced. Ah, there we go. Our ruler died. So we could, well, elect exactly who we have, which is an 11. Bavarian, no, that's a 6. We don't want it. That's a general. That is 12. Honestly, I might... I'll make the general our leader. I love how I made a general our leader, but somehow he's not actually leading an army. Either way, he was 1 point better than the others, and there's no penalty for us switching dynasties. Although that is a pretty nasty penalty. He's an embezzler, which obviously sucks. Because our prestige is down now. If France dies, Russia would have a chance at it. Does that change it back? Apparently not. Okay. Some of you may wonder why I'm not upgrading my advisors when I have the ability to do so to a higher level. Mainly because I'm still building buildings. Once we get past building most of these buildings that we got on land, obviously that we inherited from Hungary, at which point I'll then start spending my money towards either a bigger military or more monarch points. It's also why I'm not upping my army either. Brunswick is a bit of an issue. Polish rebels, yeah, that's not gonna... Poland? You are going to deal with those pretenders, right? There we go. I don't want to have to send my army. Okay, Diplo idea is done. Awesome. So now we get the Diplomatic Defense Act. Improve relations plus 20. If you thought our ability to remove aggressive expansion was already ridiculous, it's getting better. In fact, we've removed all aggressive expansion, it appears. Which means we get to conquer somebody. Let's see. Hamburg's of a different faith. Bremen's of a different faith. Which means I will probably go for Lubeck. Because then I can pick up this territory. I will end up bordering Russia, but I think that's safe at this point. And let's steal more land from our estates. 99% of the land is owned by the crown. If we take any more, we'll lose all the benefits. Krakow needs a marketplace. I do not have a marketplace. Really? You've got all that, but no marketplace? Whatever. That's weird. Okay, that solves part of that. I need to get 20% trade power in Krakow. That's going to be a little bit more difficult to pull off. Can I siphon trade from Poland? I can never remember if you can. I can siphon income, but that's it. Doesn't help me much there. Oh, my navy is out of sailors. Not that I really wanted or needed this navy, but at this point the navy is pretty pointless. Speaking of other pointless things, okay, I think I have managed to... I might need a fort here. Ah, Thuringia is of a different faith now. Guess what that means? Oh, wait. Thuringia is Catholic. Can they swing more votes? I'm tempted to guarantee them. In fact, I might do that. Because right now we have 2 votes for them. If we could get more... Wait, I can no longer do this? Oh. They just converted. Great. I guess I'll make them a vassal. I mean, it's free land, but it's also a little annoying. And actually, I'm going to wait, I think, and get the tech level on that. Send a gift, and then we can vassalize these guys. And in fact, at that point, we could attack Bayreuth here. Bayreuth, to give land back to Thuringia, who will then be our subject. That might be a nice way to expand a bit. There's the military tech, which means we're going to have to upgrade some ports. You'd think with as big as I am, I'd have less income issues, but I'm still not making a ton of money. Okay. You. Hi. Wait, I can vassalize you? Free vassal, 3 provinces. Or I attack... what are your other allies? Nuremberg, Hussite. Munich, Hussite. Goslar, Hussite. Okay. I think I will vassalize them. Okay. And then vassalize. Not the world's greatest expansion plan, but it works, I guess. And I can force Brunswick to return land to Thuringia. Never sure how to say it. Why do I have unlawful territory? I have not actually taken any lands lately. Weimar. Why Weimar? In some ways, that's just weird. Sadly, no claims there. It might be time to annex Scilly down here. Just to remove 1 diplomatic loss a month. And And I can fabricate claims on Lubeck, meaning we will definitely attack Lubeck shortly. Okay, that's working there. Let's attack Lubeck here, and yeah, I think we can probably attack now. Ah, we gotta get rid of pacifism again. You to Hamburg, you to Lubeck, and who else are we fighting? Ah, sorry, my mouse is acting a little weird there, everybody. In case you were getting a little, not seasick, mouse sick, disoriented, whatever you want to call it. Russia wants to put a member of their dynasty on my heir. Sure. There is no reason for me to maintain a dynasty as Bohemia, which is honestly a kind of nice feature. I haven't played much of Bohemia since they did the update to them. Hey, looks like my investment in Brandenburg's paying off. That's a pretty nice general. And now we catch up and Diplo power. Good. Or starting to catch up. Lubeck is falling. Hamburg is falling. Everything is falling. I could take land from Poland. I don't really want to take land from Poland, per se. What I prefer is to get Diplo power so I can complete my mission, but... At some point, I'll either inherit or annex Poland, at which point that mission will be done. Goslar wants peace, sure. Oh wait, did I turned them down. Whoops. My bad. And who else are we fighting at the moment? You two. Okay. You're Hussite too. Everybody we're fighting other than Lubeck and Bremen are Hussite, so... And that should be Bremen. There we go. To Hussite. Ansbach, that's fine. I'm kind of tempted to actually take Hamburg. Because it's another seaport, but we'll see what the AE is. Ah, some nice Diplo power. Hamburg has fallen. Okay, if I wish to take Hamburg, that would be 61 aggressive expansion. Sure. Now, obviously, that was a lot of aggressive expansion we just triggered, so I do have to be slightly careful. I mean, it's not that bad, honestly. It's 20 with a lot of people. Now, that, on the other hand, is significantly more. If I leave them Lubeck, though, it's still a lot. If I leave them that is less. Okay. This is not ideal. I would have liked to take more, but let's be safe rather than sorry. After all, we are headed towards the Holy War. I now directly border Russia. Do they care? They do. They want Polish land. Thought I had a diplomat on allies. But another one on allies. Okay, let's see how fast this aggressive expansion goes down. 4.8 yearly. Nice. That should make a big difference. Ethiopia wants military access. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Ethiopia is fighting the Mamelukes. Yeah, the Mamelukes are in no trouble. In fact, the Ottomans are in trouble comparative to the Mamelukes. Okay, well, I think that makes this a decent stopping point. We're not in war. We're not doing anything too crazy. Although, before I forget, let's start annexing these guys. Okay, that will be it for this episode, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.